Imagine having the power to buy $1 million assets without spending your own money. That's exactly what the non-rich do. They'd use debt to build wealth, while the poor struggle just to pay off loans. The difference: the wealthy understand how to leverage debt as a tool for financial freedom, while most people see it as a burden. Today, I'll expose 5 powerful ways the rich use debt to get even richer, and how you can apply these strategies to build your own wealth. Make sure to smash that like button and stay till the end, because the last method will change the way you see money forever. 1. Borrowing to build wealth. Let's start with a simple but powerful strategy: borrowing to make money. Most businesses and trade operations are built on debt. And while borrowing money to start a business sounds risky, the reality is, many industries rely on debt to generate wealth. Imagine you want to sell custom-made luxury pens. These pens are in demand, and you know you can sell them at a great profit. Ideally, you'd want to buy them in bulk from a manufacturer in China and resell them in the US at a higher price. But here's the problem: you don't have the money up front. This is where leveraged debt comes in. Many manufacturers offer trade credit, meaning they'll supply you with products now, and you'll pay later once you make sales. Instead of risking your own cash, you're using other people's money, OPM, to generate profit. This is exactly how large retailers operate. Amazon, Walmart, and Apple don't buy products with their own money. They use supplier credit and customer pre-orders to fund their businesses. This method allows you to scale without tying up your own capital. If you master selling, you can turn small loans into big profits, just like the rich do. 2. Refinancing real estate debt. Real estate is one of the biggest wealth-building vehicles, and debt plays a crucial role in it. Let's say you have like $200,000 in savings. That sounds like a lot, right? But in today's market, it's barely enough to buy a decent home. Instead of buying a house outright, a wealthy investor would use that $200,000 as a down payment to secure a mortgage for an cute $800,000 property. Now, instead of owning a $200,000 home, they control a much more valuable asset. Here's where the magic happens. They all renovate the property, increasing its market value. Once renovated, the property's value jumps to $1 million. They then refinance the mortgage based on the new higher value. This allows them to pull out equity, cash, to reinvest in another property. This is called the BRRRR strategy. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. By leveraging mortgage debt, rich investors build portfolios of multiple properties with minimal upfront capital. Meanwhile, regular people avoid mortgages, thinking that debt is bad. But that's exactly how the rich get richer. 3. Using debt to reduce taxes. This is where things get even more interesting. The wealthy don't just use debt to buy assets. They use it to reduce their taxes. Here's how it works. If you earn money through a job, you pay high income taxes. But if you borrow money instead, you pay 0 taxes on that borrowed amount. Rich people often avoid selling their stocks, properties, or businesses because selling would trigger capital gains tax. Instead, they borrow against their assets, getting tax-free cash while their assets continue to grow in value. This is why billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg take out massive loans instead of selling their shares. It's a legal loophole that lets them enjoy wealth without paying high taxes. 4. Business debt for expansion. You might think that big companies operate with their own money. But the reality is, the world's largest corporations run on debt. Take Apple Mighty, for example. Even though Apple has over $100 billion in cash, it still borrows money to fund expansion. Why? Because interest rates are often lower than the company's return on investment. Instead of using their own cash, companies borrow at low interest rates, invest in new products, research, and expansion. Then, Use profits to repay the loans. You can apply the same principle in your own life. If you want to scale a profitable business, using smart debt can accelerate your growth. 5. Buying assets instead of liabilities. This is the biggest difference between how rich and poor people use debt. Poor people take on debt to buy dual liabilities, things that lose value over time, like cars, electronics, designer clothes. Meanwhile, the rich use debt to buy assets, things that make them money over time, such as rental properties, businesses, stocks, intellectual property, books, patents, etc. For example, instead of financing a luxury car, a wealthy person might use that same debt to buy a rental property. The rental income covers the loan payments, and over time, the property appreciates in value. This is called leveraging good debt, turning borrowed money into wealth-building opportunities. Conclusion: the secret of the rich. Debt is like fire. It can burn you or fuel your success. The difference lies in how you use it. If you use debt to buy the liabilities, you stay trapped. If you use debt to acquire assets, you unlock financial freedom. The world's wealthiest people don't fear debt. They master it. They use it as a tool to build businesses, buy real estate, reduce taxes, and create generational wealth. Now the question is, how will you use debt? If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let's continue our journey to financial success together. See you in the next video.